19 minutes before the hour on Studio B, and one of the big issues, the big unknowns, is who is the dead girl's father? Who's the father of this little girl? Casey, the mom, has previously claimed that the child was conceived during a one-night stand and that she had no idea who her daughter's father was. Now, DNA testing has ruled out a few people, including Casey's own father and a former boyfriend, but you can't, from nothing, produce something. Judge Napolitano, our senior judicial analyst, with us again. Is this a hole that you want to plug? Is this something the judge is? What do you think?
Well, I'm going to guess that the judge doesn't want to go there. And this is obviously not an integral part of the case. You would use this to show extraordinary abuse by the father, George Anthony, on Casey, if they could demonstrate this. But look, Shep, before you ask a question of a witness, especially something that makes the witness look bad or shows inappropriate behavior, you have to have some evidence of it. You can't just say, when did you stop beating your wife? Isn't it true you're the father of the dead baby? There has to be some reason for asking that, some reason that the judge heard that we didn't hear, that the judge asked that question, that the judge permitted that question to be asked. As to why they would want to demonstrate this, I guess that would go to the mitigation of punishment. That is, if she is convicted, she was such an abused, deranged person that you can't punish her as you would a calculating shrew who planned and plotted the murder of her own child.
What do you think, Dr. Bodden?
I think that the FBI would not, on its own, do a paternity test. So the only significance, the main significance of the paternity test is the police in Orange County asked the FBI to do this test because at some point they thought that the father and the brother could have been involved in some sexual aspect, which is what the defense claimed in its opening statement to account for her lying history.
And I wonder if that little nugget from the defense doesn't come back now as well.
Well, come back to who, though? Again, depending on how it plays out, it could come back to haunt the defense. It could come back to haunt both sides because, once again, it's another unanswered question. And unanswered questions benefit the defense.
But, Rady, why is it unanswered? A juror doesn't get that answer. So what they're thinking of, we've been watching this trial. There's no one who's been indicated as the father of the kid. Maybe because no one knows. Shepard, who's the only one who knows who the father of the child is? The defendant.
Maybe.
The defendant
maybe she knows.
Or has the ability. She could say, test his
make
DNA,
a few phone calls,
test his DNA.
Or not.
Or not. And the jurors are going to say,
or she might not know.
But she could still probably narrow it down. Look, these are the 10 guys I slept with.
Let's ask Phil Keating. Phil Keating at the courthouse down in Florida. Where has this gone there?
Well, supposedly the father of Kaylee is dead. That was one of the stories told by Casey Anthony to her family as to whom the father was.
Yeah, and then she doesn't know where the kid. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, but no one really knows for sure. She spent so many years making up lie after lie after lie. She didn't even tell her family that she was pregnant until they basically discovered it when she was six months pregnant. And according to her father, George, on the witness stand, he didn't even ask her who the father was until the day the baby was born. So a lot of unusual circumstances certainly around the parenthood of little Kaylee. But bottom line is, there has never been a father figure in her life other than her grandfather, George Anthony, and of course her uncle Lee, who the FBI ruled out as her genetic father.
And Phil, thank you. And to you viewers, where is it that you think they're going when you learn that this woman who's accused of murdering her daughter got a tattoo put on herself in the days or weeks after this death happened that said "The Beautiful Life" in Italian with a heart around it? Are they doing too much here? Is the prosecution trying too much? Back it up to the O.J. Simpson trial. There is a trail of blood from Rockingham to Bundy. It's in O.J.'s car. It's in O.J.'s sink. It's at the crime scene. It is everywhere. What else do you really need to know? Do you need to know about gloves and Van Adder and Furman? No, you don't. And what more do you need to know here if you're the juror than that kid is dead and this woman is partying and nothing adds up? Why go through all the minutia? We'll ask that next.